Hey Leo, how about a reading for you from your metal dog? You may notice there's a big lion on the top of the shelves back there. I thought of you, of course. I'm a very grown-up person with a very convincing inner child that needed to have that lion in my life. And my dog will eat it. So he lives up there now, and I like him. I like looking up at his big old lion feet. Okay. All right, so we're going to start here with the Star Seeker Tarot. I'm going to just do a 4-card release, embrace, hidden influences, things you might want to know, and possible future outcomes here. And then we'll clarify with another deck. I've got them all here, and I'm just going to go with what feels right. So it says here you want to release the Two of Swords. That's a nice state to release here. It's a very powerful card in this deck, but the Two of Swords is some kind of indecisiveness. Perhaps you have a decision to make, Leo. In your embrace the Queen of Pentacles. Here she is swooning after reading with her bunny rabbit and her book, butterflies, but this is the nurturing earth queen. She knows her worth. She lives in abundance. She can be a little bit security driven, so maybe the message here is to make a decision that bears your need for security in mind. But we will see more upon clarification. Hidden from you, Six of Pentacles. So these are beautiful cards. Six of Pentacles is about generosity, about giving and receiving, reciprocity, charitable giving. We will find out more. So this is something that you need to know, that the cards want you to become aware of. This has been hidden from you, and so this is usually like what I think of as, this is an advice spread. This is telling you to look for this. You may know it without knowing it, or something like that. So we'll find out more. And your future appears to be a new skill. Putting in the work in a new job, perhaps. It doesn't have to be a new job, but it definitely looks like putting in work, methodical, practical, 3D labor. Could be, it doesn't have to be boring work. It could be like art. Learning some kind of new skill like that. At the bottom of the deck, we have a Queen of Cups. There she is with her heart in this bowl. These cards, my hands are klutzy. We have a few things under here. So we have a Queen of Cups. This is the reason for the reading, as Cindy puts it, on Awakening to Spirit. There is a manifestation coming in, something that you've envisioned coming in. It is coming in like the Knight of Pentacles, very slowly. The slowpoke knight. So we've got some kind of change, and it's happening slowly. And in addition, it's a King of Cups. So you may notice that there's a couple here, a pair, a match set. Queen manifesting, taking a very long time for this manifestation to come in. It's either sent by the King of Cups, or it is the King of Cups. So possible soulmate connection here. Your match, meeting your match. It's funny because it's a very practical, worky, 4 original spread. Right, you have a decision, and you want to embrace the state of the knowing your worth. I like that for this card. It looks like, to me, this is feeling like people wanting things from you, and there's a feeling of that. You may feel some sense of obligation here. That's what it is telling me. And then you end up in the future working methodically, steadily, honing your skills. But underneath that is this sort of romantic manifestation that the Queen of Cups has asked for something, and who should come very slowly, but a King of Cups here. Okay, yeah, so we're going to use this beautiful animal deck, the Guardian of the Night, to clarify this message for you, Leo. Let's see. Seems like you're getting 2 readings in one. One's about work, your self-worth, and one is a love story. Maybe you don't have to make a decision. Let's find out. We will clarify the 2 of Swords. This is, in this card, and in the typical 2 of Swords, the person is blindfolded, meaning that they're not taking outside input in making this decision. This is very powerful imagery of a dark night under the moon, turbulent seas, very powerful. I almost feel like she's a magician making this disturbance through her powerful kind of meditation on this decision. I love that card. It makes me think about a lot of things. That the way that the state of indecision can be such a dark void place too. I'm not one that tends to be indecisive, and I do have trouble understanding being unable to make a decision in others. It feels very powerful and disturbing to me when I've had people making a decision that concerned me. So yeah, I like how that card talks about it being very powerful. So we get the 8 of Pentacles. This is the same card that you have here in the future, except instead of this artsy guy, you have this wasp who's very amazingly created this nest from mud. If you've looked at paper wasp nests, they're just beautiful, fine work. So this is in your release. So let's find out a little bit more about how this relates to this decision. There's the Knight of Pentacles. This is that manifestation that we saw in the underlying cards here. The slowpoke knight, this mule. But he's striking gold in his stubborn way. The Knight of Pentacles. And King of Cups. Wow. Talk about a reiteration. So the King of Cups, remember when we looked at these 4 underlying cards, this is the final card. So there's a repetition of the Knight of Pentacles followed by the King of Cups in this deck. Isn't that a trip? All right. So what's the decision? It seems to me like, let's see. I don't know yet. We've got work. The slow King of Cups is about keeping your feelings to yourself, but also being like a king. So emotionally mature. Seems like you've been working on emotional maturity, and it's taken you a long time, Leo, to get here to me, because the 8 of Pentacles is about working and making this beautiful wasp's nest, this work of art. The Knight of Pentacles tells me this is slow work, and the King of Cups is about emotional maturity. So this is what is behind your indecisiveness, that you've needed to work on yourself, and it's taking a long while. You might be a little bit stubborn. This mule adds meaning to the Knight of Pentacles as kind of mulish, stubborn, little burro. Not going to go any faster than she wants to. Okay, so we're going to embrace you knowing your worth. Also, you reading a good book with a bunny rabbit in a field of dandelions, which I have confused with daffodils in other previous readings. So let's clarify what this embrace is. My lips are chapped. Okay. Embrace. 5 of Wands. This is a very frustrated little beaver trying to build a dam over turbulent waters. I love that card. It's a great representation of the chaos, the creative chaos and frustration that can be a part of a 5 of Wands. Then you have something that has been built, a 4 of Wands. It's very stable, loving, beautiful, content. This is a love story when you see the 4 of Wands showing up. You've been working on yourself to know your worth. There's a 4 of Wands here for you to embrace, Leo. And a Queen of Swords. Wow. Almost the opposite of the 4 of Wands for me. The Queen of Swords is, instead of about making connections, it's about cutting away those ones that you don't want. The Queen of Swords, she has looked and faced the truth. And so she's made decisions about who to keep, who to part ways with. So you have the Queen of Pentacles, you know your worth, embrace that. But also see who belongs in the world that you're building, because it looks like when you're in the, because, right, you're moving away from indecisiveness. It's taken you a while to get to this decision because you needed to work on yourself in order to reach emotional maturity, this King of Cups. Now, when we get the 5 of Wands, what we're getting is other people, other voices, other ideas. This tells me, just focus on the ones that you can be yourself with. These are the people who agree with you about your worth. So there's some kind of embracing a process of, because you know your worth, you are able to be decisive about who is in your realm, right? This is your realm. It's a happy place. It's a celebration. It's filled with those you can be yourself with. These are the people that are very difficult to have around you. And the Queen of Swords, because you are also the Queen of Pentacles, you know your worth. You know what you need, you know what works for you. So embrace that. Astrologically, this is what we've been going through, according to astrologers that I listen to, a period of making decisions about who to keep in our lives, who are no longer, jiving with our energies here. So hidden influence, this was coming into me as a feeling of obligation, right? So that makes it hard to act like you know your worth and you have clarity on what you want, because if you're feeling obliged, and so this, although you've done this clearly, this process of very slow process of learning your worth and becoming emotionally mature, you may be unaware that this obligation to give to all these people that are asking for things from you, that this is in play in this story. So let's find out more about that hidden influence. 3 of Cups. These are friends. They're pretty fun friends. We get these 3 raccoons having, because I always think that they've broken into the house and they're making a mess and they're having a really good time with that. It's also a card of reconciliation. So let's see what else. 3 of Wands. This is getting help, getting divine help. Here's this little bird on the fence and another one flying in with another part of the fence. It's also about a manifestation coming in, and you're waiting for your ships to come in. So Let me see. It's starting to come to me here. And there again, to remember your worth. So there's a story here about you picking who's in your circle. And it's based very much on who recognizes your worth, or really you are the recognizer of that. I love that I see you in both versions of the Queen of Pentacles with a rabbit. The rabbit represents fertility, and as the Queen of Earth and of nature, you would be, this Queen of Pentacles would be associated with fertility, fertile imagination, and it just so clearly, this cow, she knows how divine she is. Look, she's lit up with a kind of halo that I've never really noticed before. She's fabulously dressed amidst the flowers. And I see here also this butterfly in the corner signifying, and actually these cards have a lot in common. This is the other Queen of Pentacles in your embrace, like butterflies, bunnies. So it's a very transformative thing that I think you've gone through, and that you're emotionally mature is so very much about knowing who you are, knowing your worth, and that this is new. And you kind of have this sense of others reaching out to you. They want something from you. You have a lot to give because you're Queen of Pentacles in this reading, even though Leo, you're all about wands and fire. Usually you're very earthy, practical Leo in this reading. And so we kind of see all of these others around you, like your friend group. This looks like your romantic life to me coming in, this match for you with, and this one knows your worth. This one is bringing you, sitting here waiting on your manifestation, is bringing you a gift, honoring you with that gift, and you because you know your worth, you're sitting there receiving this. I don't know why when I look at this card, this particular Three of Cups, I see anxiety. I see a lot of chaos. It actually makes me think of the Five of Wands, right? This Five of Wands is the beaver trying to make this dam over this. So this is card of, it feels like a lot going on here. And in a way, it's like it's a wonderful background to your experience of yourself as this Queen of Pentacles, that your life is full of friends, it's full of parties, and there's one particular, in this Three of Wands, one particular bird that brings you a gift. Yeah, so the hidden influence here of feeling obligation, I think that's not true. I think sometimes we can feel like all these people are obliging me to give to them. But in fact, if we look at it from another perspective, like, I feel like she's like, oh yeah, we can see that they make our life rich. They all belong here. There's a lot of people in your Four of Wands. And so maybe I feel like you are this beaver. You're stressed out and anxious. There's some anxiety here that needs to calm. Yeah, there's like a lot of ideas to bring into the 3D. This card's not about that, but like Pentacles are very much about 3D, tangible things. They're like, I'm thinking of a particular Leo who's ADHD, and she got lots of ideas and they're constantly spinning around, and from that non-ADHD it can look like this. It can look like this. But it feels like this to be around. It feels like beautiful and magical, and I don't know how she does it, but look at what comes of it. So if you resonate with that, Leo, that's who I get this. But I also see that you've spent some time working on yourself to you accept your life, and you accept you in your life, in all of the creative, fiery ideas and chaos, that you see yourself clearly in your life as this Queen of Pentacles. That's wonderful. Okay, future, you working creatively in the future. Here, the 8 of Pentacles. So what else are you working on? Because in the past you were working on yourself, on becoming emotionally mature. Okay. Magician. You have all the tools. You know how to make the world that you want to see in the future. Wow. 5 of Pentacles. Some feeling of poverty, of danger in the future. A lack. Feeling of lack. Of vulnerability. It's not bad to be vulnerable. In this, I'm feeling. It's a part of your work on yourself. And 7 of Cups. Some illusion, fantasy here. Lots of choices. But again, because of this particular sense of you, Leo, I feel like where for some, having all of these ideas and choices and projections and fantasies, where that might be really hard for most of us, this is what's going on behind the surface here in this still, calm, creative space. You are able, as the magician, to convert this sorrow and this fantasy into art, into something very, very in the world, very 3D. Yeah, like this in the magician here, like this pentacle here is really coming out to me. There's the wand, there's your element fire. Yeah, cool. The work that you've been doing on you is paying off in the future, and that you've settled into who you are, how you operate. You've made decisions about who's in your life and who's not. But that doesn't seem as important as it did earlier, because I think part of what you've come to terms with is like your life's just a little bit full. And yeah. Underlying this, there is some kind of unfulfillment or spiritual journey. The 8 of Cups is missing a cup here. That makes me think back to this Queen of Cups journey, right? Where she's waiting on her 3 of Wands, who's coming very slowly in the form of the King of Cups here, who showed up in your choice. What else? We also have Temperance. Temperance is seeking a balance, waiting on divine help. But really, it's finding the right mix. And in some way, this Temperance card is like, be patient. The slowpoke Knight of Pentacles has your King of Cups. You just need to just chill by the water here. Well, normally an Eight of Cups underlying energy would be you need to go somewhere. I feel like this cup in Temperance is telling us the cup's coming. The cup is being brought to you by this counterpart that you've manifested. Whoever this is that you've manifested, they are taking their sweet time getting there. In the meantime, you're in this very knowing your worth, having fun, coming into spring, very creative magician space here of taking both sorrow and fantasy and turning them into something really magnificent. Whether it's some kind of a party, family relationship, or it's something much more work related. That's what you're doing. You've worked on your you've done your inner work, and it's resulted in this creative ability to embrace the way you live, all of your ideas that come into you. You believe in yourself in a way, and I see you here in this underlying energy of this tiger, kind of like that lion back there, big cat, sort of had something yummy to eat, and you're just going to lick your whiskers and wait. You can wait, knowing your worth, for that ninth cup that brings your wish fulfillment to come in. It's coming in slowly. Whatever it is you wished for, it's coming. It looks like a partnership, an emotional relationship, but something emotionally fulfilling is coming in. So, Leo, take that as you will. It's a fun reading. I'm happy for you. I like your creative genius, your ability to work and produce beautiful things in the midst of what, from my vantage point, would feel chaotic, but which is magical to be around in my experience. Okay,